It can be tough to keep up with the world of video games. I mean, great games come out at such a rapid pace that you will never be able to play them all, and many of the best ones you won't even know about. Hi folks, welcome back to another video. My name is Maxi here on FGame Killer. Today we're looking at 15 upcoming games you may not even heard about, on their way to consoles and PCs in 2021 and even beyond. Okay, first things first, another Souls-like RPG came out of nowhere as Black Myth: Wukong actually got its announcement trailer yesterday. The title is coming for PC and consoles and it's stunning. Black Myth seems to combine many different gameplay styles from many AAAs actually, and also, while it seems it's another cookie-cutter Souls-like, the gameplay of which the trailer we got also says kind of otherwise. It works kind of like a hybrid between God of War and the Dark Souls actually, with some next generation visual designs to it. Also, the game does not have a release date yet, and from how it looks, the game still has anywhere between 2 to 4 years of development left of it. November last year, the first trailer for Outlet Z was released, and that was pretty much it. However, after being so quiet, they broke in the months of silence by sharing information on the Curse of Work finally. Due to budgetary reasons, they said the team has recently not been able to focus solely on the production of the game and that the work is still going on, only a little bit slower. So, also, well, the good news is that we should be getting a new trailer soon and that this game is coming to PCs, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One upon release. This is a classic survival game, in case you're wondering. Therefore, you gather food, enrich resources, construct items and fight wild animals, along with an original story also, and they said the decisions you make in this game will also lead to different endings, so that's sort of a bonus thing, so yeah. These guys responsible for the game Cowboy Simulator have announced another simulation game, but this time taking place in feudal Japan, going by Ninja Simulator. Now, Ninja Simulator lets players take control of a mercenary for hire, in which players will have to complete various tasks in a third-person setting, including infiltration, espionage, and assassination, and shit like that. Anyway, check it out. This one's slated for sometime in 2021.
We have always known war.
Revealed during the Xbox Game Showcase, also in late July, Avowed here is a new IP from the studio Obsidian, which is the same developer responsible for the game Fallout, New Vegas, Grounded, and even The Outer Worlds. Now, we don't have lots of details about Avowed just yet, but so far we've learned it is a next-generation title exclusive to Microsoft's platform, and will obviously land on Xbox Series X and Windows PC upon launch. Well, as for the game itself, it appears to be a first-person RPG similar to Skyrim, I think, with rune-based magic powers and sword combat shit, utilizing both first-person and third-person animation, branching dialogues, and even a day and night cycle, which actually puts the game in league with Obsidian's former RPGs, such as Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords though. Anyway, this one's still also lacking a release date, so keep it in mind.
Of a crown.
In case you didn't know, there's a big Cyberpunk game coming out this year, and no, not the one with the customizable naughty bits. We're talking about Ghost Runner. It's a more laser-focused affair than CD Projekt's upcoming Cyberpunk 2077. And it's all about wall running and sword swinging high above a moody pink-lit city. You'll also come to notice that any single misstep here in this game is fatal. I mean, naturally falling off a high ground will kill you, but so here will any bullets fired by the bad guys. Anyway, All In Games hasn't announced a specific release date for Ghost Runner yet, but it should be out for sometime later this year, we hear now.
Forest shadows, ghosts, running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Well, in case you guys have missed this one, a couple of weeks back, another new player versus enemy, simply put PvPvE game called Herd Outlaws and Legends was announced at the PS State of Play. Also, as always, it was unclear if this was a multi-platform game like Temtem, but the publisher Focus Home Interactive confirmed that it was coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC as well, which is so far so good. Well, as for the game itself, the game itself looks incredibly beautiful, even though we got only a glimpse of the gameplay. I mean, maybe it'll be along the lines of Hunt Showdown with the game, which is another PvPvE experience. Well, I don't know, we don't know. This game also seems to be an ode to the evergreen Robin Hood kind of tale, and from what we've seen, the game also appears to be a multiplayer. Well, that's about it, only that the game also is only slated for sometime in 2021. Hopefully early 2021. We will see.
The people call us heroes.
From the day or night.
To others, we are rivals.
Well, on the other hand, probably one of the most unique games we've come across lately was also this Lake, a third-person mail delivery indie game. Here I might just tell you what I've read about the game. It's here you take control of this Meredith, a 40-something-year-old driver woman who wants to take a break. What she then does during a break is up to the player as she goes on her short personal journey. Gameplay is a bit innovational. I mean, a third-person perspective is what you get while walking and driving around the town using a Grand Theft Auto-like on-screen minimap to navigate. Anyway, it's an interesting little game to keep in mind, and it's slated for sometime later in early 2021 so far, so keep it in mind. So this one's a little weird. Project GG announced in February 2020 is an action game, and that's all we know about the game, featuring a giant hero also described as the climax to the superhero trilogy following Beautiful Joy and the Wonderful 101 games. Few details have been revealed about the game beyond that. However, in a new interview, they confirmed that Project GG was the unannounced original IP they teased earlier last year from Platinum Games. Also, right now, we're in the middle of designing something that has never been done before in this game. I know a lot of people say that also, but the game we're working on truly is unlike anything else, they said, and that it's something that no one has ever designed before or things like that. Well, anyway, take a look at this mess while keeping in mind that it does not even have a release window or even set platforms and anything regarding so far. Very quick, for those of you waiting on it, Prologue, the new game from the PUBG Corp and Brendan's PlayerUnknown's Green is not PUBG 2 and it's not even a shooter. This is the first step in our new journey, they said. And that's all, sorry. Oh, this one also doesn't have a release window date, anything beyond what you see now, so just keep it in mind. Right, there's another interesting Souls-like game to keep track of called Bleak Faith, which you might already be familiar with. This game's dubbed as a brutal open-world survival horror action RPG, which appears to take inspiration from the likes of Bloodborne and also Souls franchises, of course. Now, from the videos we've seen throughout this couple of years, this game does look impressive, though it's in development right now. We don't know exactly where in development, and as such, anything could change before release. Anyway, their plan though is to have the game be released on Steam Early Access soon and a full release for sometime in 2021. And well, as it stands, the team is aiming for the PC platform, but the intention there is to support PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well upon release. So we will see. Well, yeah, after the release of hit games like, I don't know, Godfall, Titanfall, and many other falls, the latest video game in the franchise to fall into the digital catalog is Babylon's Fall, which is an alliance between the action specialists, Platinum Games, and the RPG Maestros, which is Square Enix. Anyway, Babylon's Fall promises to be a great mix of a Dark Souls' fantasy setting and also Devil May Cry's frantic action too. It's an interesting game to keep track of so far. Only earlier the game was scheduled to make its release in 2019, and afterwards they said we should expect now a new release date in late 2020. Well, still nothing on that front, but the game is confirmed to be made available for PS4, 5, and PC. For some reason, for Xbox, nothing has been revealed yet. That's it. Well, on the other hand, we have this Tamarine. I mean, there is a lot of nostalgia for the old 3D action platformer days of the N64, and I gotta say Tamarine is certainly a nod in that direction. So, it's a game about a tamarine monkey and its family. As it turns out, Tamarine, this game also incorporates third-person shooter mechanics, and there are multiple ways to deal with this bug problem. Apparently there's this bug problem here, by the way, and it says you gotta shoot them in their bug faces. Anyway, Tamarine is expected to launch by the end of the year, and you can find it also over on Steam right now. Also, the game is described as an incorporated 3D world with private platforming and bug splattering shooter action. So, yeah, interesting little game over here. Exomecha was officially unveiled during Xbox Game Showcase. Looking to bring a ton of fast-paced mech action to the console, it is already slated to receive its first beta as well, which currently we don't know exactly when, but we do actually know that the game isn't slated for release on the Xbox until 2021, and that it is going to be a free-to-play game when it releases, so keep it in mind. Okay, Earthbound fans outside of Japan will likely never get to officially play the sequel to their favorite game, but they may finally get the next best thing. Ahead of Microsoft's Xbox Game Showcase, these small developers showed off this game going by Echo Generation. Now, the upcoming title borrows several elements from Nintendo's seminal 1994 role-playing game, Earthbound. You can see Earthbound's influences in the atmospheric story set in this small town in the early 90s, and there's also the turn-based combat that pits a ground of friends against enemies like mechs and monsters and whatnot. Well, that's it. This game is coming to Xbox Series X and Xbox One and also PC in 2021.
Oh, Harry.
Finally, one of the more unusual games we've come across lately just a while back was Call of the Sea, which is, I think, a non-violent mystery adventure, and we also know it's set on an island in the South Pacific in the 30s. Now, Call of the Sea is published by Raw Fury, which is probably the best studio doing genre-blending games lately. For instance, the game Kingdom and the upcoming Star Renegades, which is huge. It's a first-person game though, based around puzzle solving, this one. It's an eye-grabbing game, I gotta admit, has some pretty nice lush tropical forests and some bright branches, coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X as well, and PC in late 2020 we hear. Also coming to Xbox Game Pass at launch as well, so keep it in mind.
I feel the call of something deep within, whispers of things long forgotten. Will we be forgotten too? What did you find here, Harry?
As always, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to let me know which one's your favorite, which ones you're going for. If there's anything worth mentioning or asking. And I will see you guys again very soon. Until then, like and subscribe to things.